You are now tuned in to Respect the DJ podcast, coming to you live. Welcome to Respect the DJ podcast. I am your host, DJ Junebug, alongside DJ Khaled.
Let's go.
Today's guest, you might have seen him introducing the hip hop to the world. Some might say he's the king of festivals. He's the official DJ for the hip hop biggest music festival. Over 5 million people.
Yes, sir.
Shit, that's a lot of fucking people for the hip hop.
Facts.
Yo, let's give it up for hip hop one time, first
Let's
of
go.
all.
Let's go. Let's go.
The one, the only, DJ Five Venom.
What's good? What's
go.
good? Appreciate you
What's
guys
good?
having me.
Thank you for being here, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Facts. Appreciate you coming out, spending some time with us. You know, taking time out of your busy day. How you doing today? Everything good?
Good, man. Good. Just traveling.
Right.
Yeah, staying
I'm
busy.
happy to be here.
That's
Great,
what's
great
up.
Orlando weather for you?
Yeah.
Right.
If it ain't sun, it's
that's
rain.
Florida,
Either or.
bro.
That's
Florida.
it. Bringing in the cold right now.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So
Can't wait for that.
all right. So we're gonna start it off how we start with everybody. First question we always ask is, how'd you get your DJ name?
I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan.
Okay.
So grew up listening to Wu-Tang and started watching the Kung Fu flicks. One of the major Kung Fu flicks that they use in a lot, especially 36 Chambers.
Right.
It's 5 Deadly Venoms. So I took the 5, the Venoms.
Gotcha. Got your name.
That's where we go. DJ 5 Venoms.
Is that your favorite kung fu movie?
It's up. It's in my top 3. Probably like the Master Killers, Shogun Assassin, probably Master Killer, Shogun Assassin, 5 Deadly Venoms.
Right.
Then there's the second 5, the sequel to 5 Deadly Venoms.
Right.
also, so.
Dope. I remember, I'm not gonna say my age, but you know, in New York, they used to show the kung fu flicks on Saturdays on Fox.
Fox.
You know what I mean? That's before
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had to turn the knob. You know what I mean? And the cable TV, for cable, it was Cablevision.
Right.
Way before Spectrum, way before
the
these.
Kung Fu in the Godzilla movies.
Yep.
Right. You know what I mean? Just every Saturday, I used to watch those kung fu flicks. So classic moments. Who's your favorite Wu-Tang artist?
That's a hard one. Oh, I mean, Old Dirty, Ghost, Ray, Meth. I mean, Riz,
The
like,
whole clan.
the whole clan. Spec, everyone has their highlights
Right.
on different songs.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
Too. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
you know,
What would be your, if you're gonna say I'm gonna listen to a Wu-Tang song, what's your go-to song?
chess boxing.
Okay.
Shame.
So from the first album.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah.
The first album's classic.
Yeah, I mean then. Triumph, like
Right,
it's just
right.
hard.
There's
Like that's a
some
hard
songs.
question.
Right, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I wish they would remaster that album, but I don't know if
They have to.
I don't know if when RZA's house got flooded, if those masters were in there and they got lost possibly.
It's possible. But even with that though, they should still have like
Yeah,
Right.
because nowadays, like, even if I go to like Apple Music, it's still low, and I want to, you know what I mean? Like I want that shit
but
loud.
this the issue though. Forget about that. When they perform live in a concert,
Right.
it's low.
yeah.
You know
The
what I'm saying?
instrumentals, okay.
Instrumentals are low.
Right.
So you ain't, you hear Dumb go on, and then again they went with I think recently with Busta Rhymes and Nas.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different quality of music.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was up and down, and
Right,
like
right.
you want to cheer up, but you can't because it's
Yeah.
like then you can't hear.
Yeah, you
Ghost.
wanna feel it.
Yeah, you want to feel it.
wanna feel
for
it.
the music.
Shit. So all right, that's enough about Wu-Tang. We're big Wu-Tang fans. I think everybody
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They definitely a household name even in Middle America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm reading the
Worldwide,
Yeah.
like
I'm reading the Raekwon book right now.
Yeah.
It's deep. It's deep.
It's a good book. Dope. So did anyone put you on? Like, how'd you start DJing? Was it like
my cousin. So I used to spend my summers in Virginia when I was younger. My cousin's a DJ, and when I'm like 8, 9, 10, he'd be going to work. I'd go in his room, just going through his crates, putting the records on, playing it. And he's like, yo, listen to this, listen to that, listen to this,
Right.
listen to that. So that's where I learned my hip hop vocabulary.
Okay.
Especially from that era where most kids were just listening to the radio. I'm sitting here with a Gravediggers vinyl.
Right.
Right.
I'm sitting here with EPMD vinyls and 36 chambers, aren't just you name it from like Nas 93 on, and I'm just going through it, learning it.
Right.
Cool G Rap vinyl, like all that, and I'm just playing it, not knowing necessarily what it was at the time, but I'm just knowing and I'm listening to it, and that's how I got introduced to DJing.
Okay.
And it was just I would love to do it when I went back home to Jersey, but equipment and get moved around. I remember vividly, every Tuesday it was record day, so we going in. We stayed like in outside of Richmond, so we would get in the car, go to Richmond, go into the city, hitting 4 or 5 record stores, picking up vinyls, all the new stuff, the white labels, and then going back and pulling them out, playing them, listening to it, listening to all the B-sides and everything.
So speaking on that, so you did some vinyl digging. What was it? Do you remember the first piece of vinyl you bought? The first single it was?
No, I don't. I don't. Oh man.
Nothing.
Nah, I don't remember. It feels like so long ago. I do not remember, bro.
It's all good.
Make us feel old.
I can't remember my shit either.
Yeah, I can't like.
Shit, I do. I tell people all the time. I remember mine. Mine was Self-Destruction. That was mine, and I still got it.
That was a good record too.
Yeah, classic. Now it's gonna bug you, huh?
Yeah, I can't remember.
You still have your vinyl, or?
Nah. I got a bunch of like. So my grandparents passed away. They had a bunch of vinyl from them, and it's just like all this classic R&B, jazz. I still got those 2 crates.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, my cousin has all the he has a
records.
shed
Right.
and then it was crazy because when I got older, started going down there, he got connected with the record pools to the radio station. So then it was pull up to the homies house, go grab the crates and like he got sheds of the white labels and unreleased stuff that we'll probably never
Ever here.
hear.
It's that good stuff. Did anyone mentor you?
Yes. Obviously my cousin growing up. When I started like professionally DJing, I was living in Jersey and South Jersey outside of Philly, and one of my homies I went to high school with, his older brother was a known DJ doing clubs in Philly and Atlantic City. So talked to him when I started DJing. He was like, yeah, come out to the club, I'll show you how everything works, introduce you to people.
Right.
So every Friday, Saturday, whenever he had a gig, I'm pulling up to his crib, jumping in the car. We going either Philly, Atlantic City, get everything. I'll set up everything and I'll open for him.
Right.
Get that experience of playing in front of people. If he had to go take a bathroom break, I'm jumping
Get you
on. Yeah. So that was DJ Soho.
Okay.
And so did that with him, I want to say 2005 through 2008, 3 years straight. Just every gig. And then that turned into me when he had extra gig or was out of town. I was covering his gigs.
Dope.
And so on, I was getting bookings, and I learned a lot playing in these different crowds and mixing and scratching and a lot. So he was like my mentor back then. Then I moved to Orlando, went to school.
Okay.
2000 and the beginning of 2008 or so, went to Full Sail. When I moved to Orlando, it was pretty much school.
Right.
Like I was always bedroom DJ pretty much.
Yeah, Full Sail.
Yeah.
Full Sail, but Full Sail's demanding anyway.
Yeah, so it was like there was barely any time for gigs. But when I did get the chance to go out, I had went to a club called JJ Whispers.
Right.
That was out here. And went on a Thursday. And at the time, DJ Q45.
Right.
People might know from
Rap
BT,
City.
Rap City.
Yeah.
Locked in with him. And after I graduated, I started working for him. So he became like a mentor to me.
Okay, dope.
And would go up to his crib. I pretty much I had a crib here in Orlando, and then then I would go up to his crib in Jacksonville.
Okay.
Probably spent more time at his crib in Jacksonville than I did here, but over there it was just 24/7 DJ.
DJing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
24/7.
Full time,
Like
yeah.
we're either going to a gig, we going through music, we're producing, or we're scratching.
You back in school. You back in school.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. 3 a.m.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, we cutting. Two
Yeah, yeah.
setups. We going
Right.
back and forth, cutting, mixing, going through music, breaks, like just boot camp.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a dope experience.
Yeah.
Especially from he's a great DJ too. You know, I've seen him DJ, and I've DJed with him a couple times, and it was at JJ Whispers. Just his eclectic. He knows music.
Yeah,
You know, he knows how to read the crowd, and he can pick and play. I think for anybody, you know, from what I've seen, you know what I'm saying. So big shout out to Q45, and that's what's up, man. That's a great experience, man.
So who's the first DJ or promoter to put you on in the club?
a club. I mean, it would be DJ Soho
Soho,
in Philly.
okay, Philly.
One of the first clubs I think I covered for him on that scale was a club called Shampoo. That's no longer there, but it used to be the biggest club in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Like we used to do this Sunday night that was like a teen party, pretty much like 16 and up, and holidays. The regular room itself, the normal room was like 2,000 people would fit, but they would open up either this back room or they put a tent out in the parking lot, and they would do anywhere from 8 to 10,000
Wow.
people.
Shit, that's a lot.
You know, and then that's when they're bringing out Fat Man Scoop,
Right,
or they
right.
bringing
Yeah, big
like they
special
bringing
event.
out the big DJs
Right,
or
right.
artists and things like that. So I got to see that phone parties,
Right,
like
right.
all that stuff.
Remember those phone parties?
Yeah. So
And,
fun.
He said,
fun.
he said you
Bro,
say.
bro, yeah, they're fun until you see all the foam go away and you
Yeah.
see what's left over inside
Right.
the foam.
That's somebody
the
else's
phone.
problem.
Right, right. It's the fun that mattered. That's
So question. Why do they call you the Dark Knight of festivals? Or nightlife, actually.
The dark what?
They call you the Dark Knight of nightlife.
of nightlife.
I have
Never
no
heard-
clue.
I was reading up on you and it came up that
Dark
that-
Knight.
that your title is called the Dark Knight of Nightlife.
Word. I don't know. Maybe I'm introvert. I don't know. The Dark Knight, but I
Something
don't know.
comes out at night or something that you don't
Yeah.
even know about,
That's what it's labeled as.
like Teen Wolf or some shit. Like, he don't even know.
You don't even know. Gotta look that up, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Nah, he want to know. Like,
We were trying to find out why.
he's like, somebody got some
Dark
pictures or
Knight. I
something.
mean, maybe they thought it sounded good. I don't know.
So from the back in the days from the BMX biking, from playing in the band,
Yeah.
so now doing these big tours around the world. How's that feeling?
It's amazing. Like I said, I grew up in Jersey. I grew up in a small town in Jersey. Probably not really famous for anything besides like it just being close to Philly. Like it's suburbs, and getting to the place I am now, never could imagine it. Like I grew up playing drums. I played in bands and
Dope.
traveled and toured with bands. But as a DJ, being in the position I am now, could have never told you that 20 years ago. Yo, I'm gonna be.
It's crazy. You say you play in a band, and we had DJ Caesar here one time. He played an instrument too, doesn't he?
He does. What the hell was it? It was,
Was it-
it was a horn
Yeah,
instrument.
horn. It was a saxophone.
It wasn't sax.
Yeah,
Saxophone's
yeah.
too sexy.
Right.
It's like trombone.
Trombone. Yeah,
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
trombone. Was it tuba?
Tube.
Maybe I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't
shit.
know. It was one of those band camp
Right.
instruments.
I mean, yeah, I was there. I played drums.
We can find
in the
3
band.
more DJs on our band right now.
yeah, we'll start a rock band. You play drums. You still practice your paradiddles?
With my hands. I haven't, bro. I haven't
You're not-
actually played a set in a long time. And I miss it though. Like I was about to buy an electric kit a few months.
Yeah, those are
ago.
pretty dope. They sound pretty
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
I was like, it wasn't too crazy, but I was like room. Like
yeah. They have some smaller ones. You know what I mean? Probably put in your backpack or something like that. But they sound pretty good. When I was younger too. I tried, and every once I still have my drum pad.
Yeah, I was at the music store the other day. I was about to buy one just to and get the Rudiments book. It's just start to get my hands right,
Right,
and
right.
everything. But I probably should.
It might be a stress reliever.
I
You
know.
never know.
Yeah, that
you know what
that
I mean?
too. That's what it was for me too. Like I always had my pair of sticks with me when I
Mm-hmm.
was playing all the time, just because. Just wanted to get faster and better, and that was part of it. Like those rudiments and
Right, right.
and doing everything.
So you want to battle Travis Barker?
I just seen a dope video with him the other day.
Yeah, he's insane, man.
Yeah,
He's- yeah.
with the Uzi joint, and he was playing to it.
Yeah,
I was,
nah, he puts his whole body
Yeah.
into banging them drums, man.
Yeah,
That's not easy what he does. That's why he's so fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
It's not easy. The way you see how
He
hard he
put his whole body into it.
Yeah, you see how hard he hits that shit.
oh, if I show y'all a video of me when I used to play, like super skinny, I can't believe it's me. It don't even look like me, bro. Like
If you want,
18.
show us a video we can put in the podcast.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was 18 and playing at a festival in Jersey, and like I'm 18, and yeah, crazy. Like
So who is more important, the promoter or the DJ?
for a party,
Or party?
that's a loaded question.
That's why we asked it.
No. I've seen it two ways. You got the dopest DJ and the bad promoter. There's no party. You have a good promoter, and a bad DJ. People are there, but the party sucks.
Right,
We've
right.
been there too.
So, oh man,
It goes hand in hand, depending on.
it goes hand in hand, but I think, especially in the and this is something that I've been going through personally, is like the DJ becoming the promoter, because once, like for example, in Miami, right? There's parties that are pushed because of the room they're in,
Right.
and the promoters that push it, and then there's parties that are pushed based on the DJ that's there. Like you have a Kelvin Harris or Tiesto.
Right.
People are showing up. It doesn't matter who's promoting it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
by
just
the
like
name, yeah.
it's really a circumstantial situation.
You know who's a DJ I've been seeing a lot of lately? Gordo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lately, it's just like
I mean, bro. I mean, it was Carnage before, but like,
right.
he's always been moving. Like since I've discovered him, like,
Right.
and you know, he came out with the hip hop trap side, and then now is more on the house EDM,
Right.
deep house side, and you know, he's killed every set I see him do. He kills it.
no, yeah. Lately, I just for some reason he's been popping up a lot on
Mm-hmm.
my feed. Just other people sharing his stuff, or his bookings. A lot of showing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, every set I've seen of him, also he
He's
definitely
always lit. Like,
put some thought into it. He's not up there, shooting off the hip. You know what I'm saying? So what's it like being the official DJ for hip hop's biggest music festival?
It's dope, man. I mean, the road to it, I think, is the road to getting to that point.
Right.
Is like kind of a crazy story, but actually being here, it has its ups and downs because of where I am, people come at me trying to get onto the festival.
Of course.
And like that's not how it works.
Right.
And like they like, yo, I'll work with you to get to here, and that's not how it works. So, getting through all those points, but like having that position to hold down the stage, to be on a stage in front of 50,000 people.
Right.
To have my input on who gets put on stages, watching the growth of the actual festival from the first day.
Tell us
first
a
show.
Tell us the behind the scenes story.
So, it started in 2010.
Okay.
Where my boy West Fifth, I was his DJ in Orlando.
That's how we met.
Yeah.
That's how we met.
And Tarek and Matt were throwing one of their first shows at it's Celine now. It used to be called Vane back then in Orlando, and it was a Currency show. So their idea was like, okay, we're new promoters in the market. How can we draw more eyes onto this show? Let's book another rapper that has some
Well known.
buzz
Right.
in the city. So they booked West. And so we go do the show. Wes has a relationship with Currency already, so that was easy. And then Wes introduced me to Tarek. So Tarek and Matt are fresh to this game of hip hop promotion.
Okay.
And their whole thing was they seen a void for underground hip hop coming through Florida.
Right.
So a lot of people, if you pay attention to a lot of tours, big tours, small tours, they skip over Florida because you either have a day where you lose money coming into the state, or you have a day losing money coming out of the state. So they got it where, you know, when they come through Atlanta, they're either going to come down and then go out and hit New Orleans, or vice versa, New Orleans down and go up and hit Atlanta. So they would do Orlando, Tampa, Miami. So that's what this tour was. Orlando, Tampa, Miami.
All right.
And we pretty much, that first Currency run, we did the whole run with them. And it was dope. And I got to experience doing hip-hop tours and things like that. So eventually, Tarek was always kicking it with Wes and coming by the crib. And I asked Tarek, I was like, yo, can I DJ for your shows? And at the time, they had DJ Demp doing a lot of their shows, because that was their home, because they were up in Tallahassee. They went to school in Tallahassee. So Demp was actually a big cosign for them with a lot of the rappers, and Demp helped them a lot. Like, there wouldn't be a Rolling Loud without DJ Demp.
Yeah. If just so y'all know, if you don't know who DJ Demp is, he runs Tallahassee.
Yes.
He is the king of Tallahassee for sure.
Yes. So Demp was a big cosign to the guys, and at the time he was doing a lot of the shows. So it was actually this probably might have been like a year later from that first Currency show, and I was like, yo, let me come and audition pretty much. So I believe this show was at the Beecham, and it was a Currency show. So I went on, opened it up. Demp went on, shut that joint down.
Right.
And then Currency, so I talked to Target. I'm like, look, he's like, what do you think? He's like, all right, cool. This is what we're going to do. All the Orlando shows, you're going to be the opening house DJ. You'll DJ for the openers. You'll keep the vibe up, everything. Cool. So from that day forward, I was at the time, the company was called Dope E&T. So whenever there was a show in Orlando, big, small, I'm there, bringing my equipment.
Right. Putting in the work,
When I'm working, right. Paying your dues.
Yes. But it also introduced me to a new genre of hip hop, this underground vibe. Like, there was always underground, but the new version of it.
Right.
You know, the Denzel Currys, the Rob Banks, the Playboy Cardis, the Lil Uzi, 21 Savage, like all these guys that, you know, that are big now.
Back
you know,
then,
they're doing 200, 300 cap rooms.
Right.
And we were doing all their shows. So that went on for like another 3 or 4 years, and then they came up with the idea for throwing a hip hop festival. Based around that genre of hip hop.
Right.
And you know, we had Rock the Bells, but Rock the Bells was like it was older guys.
Older guys, hip hop.
Right.
Right. Old school, stuff like that.
That culture wasn't
classic,
necessarily like that culture wasn't necessarily booming for their crowd base and their families.
Yeah, it was a younger crowd.
Like, they appreciated it,
but
it wasn't what they were listening to.
Right.
Yeah.
They were listening to Schoolboy Q's and Travis Scott's and A$AP Fergs and A$AP Rocky. So, throw the first one, I believe it was in the March of or February of 2015 in Wynwood. Torrential pour down, rain, like flooded. Everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah.
You know, guys got their pretty much everything into this show, and you know, as soon as doors opened, like the worst rain Miami had seen in the last like 20 years
came
like,
through,
and literally the flood, like the water is flooding the venue. They have 2 stages that are supposed to be outside, one big stage inside and another smaller one inside. So we're running. My job was to run one of the smaller stages outside. Can't do that because it's pouring. So we're running back-to-back artists inside, back-to-back. So there's no downtime on the stage.
Right.
Crazy. People are still pulling up, though.
Dope.
Eventually, I want to say around 7 or 8, the rain stops. We were able to open up the stages outside, and then it was just like amazing.
Right.
Like the show, everyone loved the show. Everyone had a good time, and it made its impact. But it didn't. That show was like the test to see like if people rock with it, and people rocked with it. And then the next year, we did it again, and then that was the one. That was the second year. We did it at Mana, and it was just like all the stars aligned with that show because the lineup had Future as the headliner.
Dope.
And that was the year Future dropped 4 or 5 projects in 1 year. So he's like literally the hottest.
Yeah.
But they booked him like the year before. So it was like
it was already
just like
pre-planned.
everything.
Yeah.
Pre-planned, right.
Sold that one out. Boom. Next year, Bayfront. That was like 40,000, 45,000.
Yeah, Bayfront Park, yeah.
I mean, if you look at so that one was the one that put us on the map. Like that was the one where the world
Found out. They knew about it, yeah.
So you're talking about Kendrick Lamar performing the Damn Project, A$AP Rocky, Lil Wayne, Travis Scott, Post Malone, XXX Tentacion. I think that was his first performance after getting out of jail.
Was that the one where he was going at Drake?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That was like the one like where he
I think he was running barefoot, I think.
but
Across
that's
the state.
all the shows. That was like all the shows.
Yeah, rest in peace to him, man.
Rest in peace, yes.
Yeah, facts. He was a young legend, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he
for
definitely
sure,
had
man.
a path, man. It's terrible what,
No, amazing
transpired.
dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like multi-layered, amazing dude.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he put his heart on every
Everything.
touch that
Yeah.
stage. His heart in it. Who else was? I mean, it was just Future. Like, Migos when Bad and Bougie is the biggest song in the world,
Wow.
and they had to move them from the inside stage to the bigger stage
stage.
outside
It was
because
so big.
the couldn't fit that many people.
Right,
bro.
right.
Like just the star. Like when I say the stars align, and hip hop's like the
Everything
big.
came through,
It's just like, and then we're here with all of that in one place for everyone to come see.
Dope.
And then then we started doing out of the other states.
How many cities do you guys do now?
This year coming up, 2023, I think it'll be 8
Okay.
shows. So we'll do Miami. Well, we start in LA. That'll be our first show at the SoFi Stadium parking lot.
Okay.
Do Thailand. This will be our first show in Thailand.
We going to Thailand.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. A shout out to DJ Uno and DJ Buddha out there. They helped put that together. Then where we at? We go from there. We normally do our South by Southwest show. Then July kicks in. We go over to Europe. We're doing the Netherlands, Portugal, and we just announced Germany. So
Dope.
Germany will be our first time there. Then we'll come back here to do Miami. Then I believe it's New York. I think we're done. I think that's a lot.
I think New York was the
Try to-
last one this year.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah, New York was the last one this year. Remember that.
Yeah, dope. That's an amazing story, man.
So just just to say that was just me staying down, being with those guys.
Yeah,
Those
day
guys
one.
were loyal to me, and I
Right.
was loyal to them. What a lot of people don't understand too is just like one of the things that solidified it for me was that first out of state show we did. So I hit Tarek when they announced, "Yo, we're doing a show in the Bay Area," right? So I hit him. I'm like, "Yo, am I cool to come out for that show?" He's like, yeah, you're on it. We need you out there. Cool. So don't hear from him. Don't hit him up about it. Book my flight. Book my hotel.
Showed up.
Yeah.
Show up. That's
Bro,
it.
I'm at my hotel, and I just like for some reason I had like time to kill, so I just like walked from my hotel to the site, and this is like the Thursday before the show.
Right.
And I'm walking. He calls me. He's like, "Yo, where you at?" And I'm like, in the Bay. He's like, "Oh, I need you for the show." I'm like, I'm here. He's like, "All right, cool."
That was it.
Yeah. So, but it's just like those things of a lot of people don't understand. They want everything handed to them. They don't.
Don't wait for that phone call. You show up.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Like
Right.
when you hear a lot of these stories about people getting into these positions because they go over and beyond,
Right.
doing the work.
Right.
Like that's what it's about. Like helping people build you, help people help you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we appreciate you coming through and sitting down and talking with us. You know what I mean?
appreciate it.
Definite.
So tell us about your Rolling Loud radio show on Hip Hop Nation.
Well, I used to have a show,
I know. Okay.
but I can talk about it though. It was shout out to Ron Mills, Hip Hop Nation. So it was a show. We had a partnership with Hip Hop Nation and Sirius XM.
Okay.
That show pretty much ran through COVID, which was dope, man. I had Saturday night. I think it was 10.
It was definitely
10 to
Saturday.
12.
I heard on Saturday.
Yeah,
nights.
10 to 12,
Yeah.
man. And like it was just like a free range. Play that Rolling Loud music, doing interviews. You know, got introduced to a lot of dope artists through
Right.
the show. 42 Doug, I got to interview
Okay.
early on. Spot him, got him. Simba. I haven't really. My boy connected me with Simba, and I wasn't too familiar with him. He had a song with 2 Chainz out. I forgot the name of the song, but interview him and like, bro, like the way he talked about music, his sound, everything, and like I already knew where he was going with it. So.
Yeah. Dope experience.
Yeah, but yeah, I loved having that show. I want to get it back soon.
Right. That's dope. Tell us about how you got up with Shake the Block.
Shake the Block. Okay, so shout out to Bobby Trends, Jeff, the whole Shake the Block family.
Shake the block.
Shake the Block.
I love that
Yeah.
fucking drop.
Yeah.
So
That's a dope drop. Yeah.
Bobby followed me, I would say like 3 or 4 years ago, right? And followed him back, and like he was tied in with Khaled, and that
I'm sorry, he was
part.
part
Yeah,
of
it
the
was
best
We
DJ,
the best. Yep. And a lot of that comes from Flex and those
Right,
guys,
right, right.
Pitbull,
circle,
Right,
yeah.
right.
everything,
Yeah, it's the whole circle.
Yeah, so, I want to say like a few months ago, I've been connected with a DJ Effect in Miami,
Okay.
and he was telling me he just joined Shake the Block as well, and they're building out Shake the Block Miami, and he
Right.
was talking to Bobby about me, and Bobby was familiar with me, so Bobby had came into Miami, went and sat down with him, and like our minds and the way we thought about DJing and how to move and just politics, all the stuff that go into DJing was
Right.
in line, and it was like it felt like family. So that's pretty much how it happened. Just went and sat
dope, that's
down with
dope, that's
Bobby.
dope.
was
Yeah,
just
it was
like,
more of a conversation, not an interview. Like,
Right.
yeah, like we just clicked, and everything he wants to do moving forward with Shake the Block and
Right.
building it out and putting energy in the positive, doing positive things,
Right.
and not just in the DJing thing, in the community,
All around, yeah.
Right, all around.
and everything.
That's
So,
dope. That's dope.
and I went up. That solidified. Then when I went to New York,
Right.
it was just like he introducing me to all the other guys out there, and it was just amazing.
So dope. What are your thoughts about female DJs?
Love female DJs
Are there any on the show?
on the
Like,
Rolling Loud
Rolling
show.
yeah.
So we don't necessarily book DJs for the festival. We book DJs
After
for
parties.
for our it's called the Loud Club. It's pretty
Loud
much
Club,
the
okay.
bottle sections
Okay.
at the festival.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, because like there's tiers. There's like your GA, then there's VIP. And
Right.
people sometimes get confused. Like when they buy their VIP ticket, they
Right.
think they're getting into the bottle section.
Oh, okay,
That's
they're
called Loud Club.
Yeah.
So I definitely love female DJs, women DJs. I try to book as many women DJs as possible that can hold it down.
Right.
When
Dope.
when I book out for Rolling Loud.
Yeah. A friend of mine handles the Duce tent.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I don't know if Drenstar.
I'm not
Some of
familiar,
you, but he handles
there's a
the
lot-
Duce. He does all the Rolling Louds, travels.
Okay.
He's there, but anything Duce,
Got it.
he got that on his back. He's the one for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, good. They're a big sponsor.
Yeah, and I
partner
do
with
see
us.
DJs inside their tents all the
Yeah,
time.
yep.
So that's what you would book them for.
Well,
what
no,
you-
not for the Duce one. That's
their
Duce.
own?
Yeah, because like
Okay.
they'll have like a Duce lounge at the
Right,
stages
right,
where
right.
the artists come and
Yep.
drink.
Right.
They book that, but like the Loud Club, some activations I do book
Okay.
personally, but when it comes to the Loud Club, we definitely, we try to book. We try to book by the market we're in, so we try to get
Gotcha.
the
Familiar.
the best,
Right.
the
best
the
of the
best
best.
of the best
Best of the
club
best.
DJs,
Right.
in the market, the
Dope.
people we lock in with. Not always easy and then it's limited too. It's, there's only so much time
Yeah,
and slots
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and budget and everything. So I try to mix it up every show, but
But that's dope that you're showing love to that city. You know what I mean? You're giving
yeah, and
those
that's
people that
the way.
opportunity to come out and show what they got type of
Yeah,
thing.
because I get hit up all the time by DJs and about performing at
Right.
the festival, and I'm like, I
not
really
about
don't
that.
have any,
Yeah.
like, without giving you my job, I
Right,
really
right.
don't have any
Right,
position.
no, of course.
And but that's where I can place DJs
Right.
and show love and support back, and have them be a part of the festival in that way. So
Yeah, so it's not so DJs know it's not that you don't want them to do the festival, it just doesn't work that way.
yeah, it don't.
Just need to understand it. You know, it's business.
Yeah,
at the end
so
of the day.
what happens is when we book DJs, the crowd is there for live performance. So like when
Right.
you're there, like we booked a DJ and they're waiting for Lil Tecca. They're
Right.
not. It don't go over too well.
Right.
Yeah, no, they want they
Yeah.
want who they came to see, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
They don't want a DJ. They want the artist.
They want the- yeah,
they want to see him, not
Right.
hear him.
Right,
Like,
right.
yeah. So yeah,
So, question: we come from different states all the time, but we based right now in Orlando.
Yeah.
You ever see that festival coming to Orlando? Rolling Loud?
No.
Or anything smaller than that?
Maybe like, so when you look at how we do our festival,
Right.
it's regional. So Southeast,
Gotcha.
Northeast, we used to do Bay, LA, and we made LA bigger, and then so now it's covering the whole, just calling it
Yeah,
the
so
West
people
Coast.
travel
Come
from,
on.
Yeah,
right,
'cause
right.
yeah.
and we feel though like if we start doing festivals and all these
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
markets
gonna-
too
you're gonna- it's
close,
gonna lose
just
value.
like it's like yo, why would you come to Miami if you can go to Orlando if you live in Orlando or if you live in Atlanta? So it's just like if we're gonna keep it regional. Doing small, like we do these things called pre-rolls and
Okay.
and we'll team up with like clubs or show, like we still do our touring also. So like you'll see it's not Dopey and Timor, it's Rolling Loud Presents. We'll still do touring with artists, same idea, Orlando, Tampa,
Right, okay.
Miami. And so that's a representation. We do pop-ups, like we do a smaller show at South by Southwest, where we book a lot of the up and coming artists.
Right.
And then we'll have like a couple bigger names to headline those shows too.
Yeah, so pretty much any artist that wants to come up or is up and coming, they got to go through South by Southwest.
Yes and no.
That's a good outlet. though,
It
you don't
doesn't
think? Yeah.
like it doesn't hurt, but I think South by for a lot of the more established artists, it's lost its value.
Right.
For the up and comings, for sure. Going to South by is, I think, a big part.
Networking.
Yeah,
maybe?
networking. Even if you're a new artist like that's already signed, it's part of like that, going through that process.
Yeah.
So all the A&Rs and the
Everybody's in town.
the agents and
Yeah.
all of them get to see you perform and connect and, like you said, networking.
Dope. So, tell us about your Twitch show.
The Twitch.
Do you have a Twitch show?
Well,
Too busy to do a Twitch show, or
no, I procrastinate on my Twitch show. That's the issue. Like I'll set it up. I did it like once or twice, and then like I could never stay consistent. I'll set it up, I'll play, and then I'll get people on, then they'll leave, and then they come on, and it's just like I want that instant gratification. of
Yeah,
rocking
no,
with
yeah, it's
people,
one of
and
those, you
just
gotta build it up, yeah.
Yes, but it's in my to do for
To-do list.
2023 is to
Right.
be consistent on Twitch, and I got
Us
those
too.
things.
We just opened an account last night.
right.
It's like,
Eventually
bro,
we'll get there.
Yeah, but it's like it's one of those things where everyone tells me you just gotta keep doing it. No matter if no one's on there,
Consistency, yeah.
just keep doing it, push it, keep promoting it, and they will come.
Yeah, same way you was carrying those vinyls, right?
Yep.
It's same thing, same concept. You just put the work in, and it'll pay itself off.
Exactly.
What's your fondest memory of the festival, of the Rolling Loud Fest? Is there one memory that sticks out?
I think finishing our second year show, the one that was in Mana, because that one, the one that was in Wynwood, the second year, that was our first 2-day show.
Okay.
And it was just like, it's one of those things. It's like every show. Like we start the show and everyone's hyped and ready. Then you're going through the show. All the artists are getting there. It's just you're moving. Everything doesn't stop until literally the lights go out and it's go home. And like when you finish a show, it's like, yo, everything we planned
worked out.
It happened.
Right.
Everyone's happy. We get to do it again.
Right.
Like, you know, we
How big is that crew?
it used to be very small, and it has gotten a lot bigger over the years. It used to be very, very, very core. Like, I'm trying to think. When I was living here, Tarek was living here also, but like everyone else, like the main office was down in Miami. I moved to Miami. Tarek moved to Miami, and I think in the office, and this is like our year 4. So it was like 2018, 2019. So this might have been our 5th year. Our core team in the office might have been like 6 people, 7 people putting together a huge festival.
Right.
And
Everybody had a part though.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's literally when we're doing our festivals, it's all hands on board. If you got a skill, you're using it.
Right.
Like, you know, it's no laziness. It's
No, yeah.
that ain't my job. No, it's like, yo,
Everybody's job.
You see something wrong, you fix it.
Fix
Like,
it, right.
Right.
like I'm the DJ, but like I'm over here, yo, the graphics wrong. I'm gonna go get my Photoshop, bust it open, and get busy and
Right.
send it in. Like making sure.
No, absolutely. Everybody got to kick in. That's how it works out. Is there a song like what's your go-to song to set the crowd off?
There's a few. There's Boss by Lil Pump, that always works. Mad Kid, City from Kendrick.
And they gonna go bonkers.
Yeah. Finito from Chief Keef.
I think anything Chief Keef.
Yeah.
Shit, right?
You know what I
Everybody
mean?
loud and
Love,
ready.
Love Sosa's my favorite to play though.
Yeah,
It's
that-
so
yeah,
like
that's-
that beginning, that intro.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's bubbling up.
Right.
And then a joint drop and they go crazy.
Yeah.
And they sing along. It don't matter if you in the back or you singing along.
Right.
Love Sosa. Like
Yeah. The beat is
it's
hard.
like,
yeah.
and it's just like that build up. And you can just talk your shit the whole time while it's building up. And
Right.
then that joint hit. Like that's literally one of my favorites to drop. There's a whole bunch of new stuff too, like all the new Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
Uzi, you know, all that. And it's funny because like when I come from playing in bands and rock bands and everything, and it was like they had mosh pits. Now it's just like it's the same thing. 'Cause
Right.
I was at some of these like metal festivals back in the day, and it literally the same thing, the same culture actually.
Right.
And it's kind of amazing to see because like I remember going to Rock the Bells. And like
Nothing
literally
like that was going on.
everyone's like
different.
staring at the same spot, smoking a joint, watch it. Like,
Yeah, just
that's
chilling.
it.
Yeah.
I was as rowdy as it got. Like, throw your hands up.
Right. Well, you know, it's an older.
Throw your L's up.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's an older crowd. You don't want to throw your hip out.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, nah, it wasn't that older. Like, it was like I went to Rock the Bell 2008, and it was funny because Rage Against the Machine was the headliner at it was at Randall's Island, New York, and Wu-Tang, Rage Against the Machine, Public Enemy, Black Star. But it was like a three member. It was like a 3 set. So it would be
Right.
like Talib came out, did a set. Mos Def came out, did a set.
Okay.
Then they did a Black
But you
Star.
got that-
There was 3 DJ booths.
That was dope. That's dope. That's real dope. That's real dope.
So everybody had their own DJ. And
Yeah,
then they had high tech.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else was on that set? That show was amazing. I just all that hip hop in one. Oh, Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
Couldn't see this. We
Couldn't
had
see
went
this.
to-
Couldn't see him on
went to the
stage. Oh, that smoke.
we were standing in the back. Couldn't see the stage. That was my first trip solo to New York too. taking the train
Trains,
and
everything?
everything, man. Like I'm printing out.
You got lost?
Nah, actually I didn't. I printed out everything. Had the the directions. What
You
train
went by
to get
yourself
on.
to the Rock the
No,
Bells,
I went
or-
with homies. Like
Okay.
I bought all the tickets. Everyone paid me back, and we went. Like it was like 4 of us, and literally got off the train. People were just like, "Yo, got that perk, got that perk."
Oh, of course, yeah. It's out in the open over there.
But it's just like, I remember that day. That was an amazing day. That was like going to that fest. I was going to festivals back in Philly too. Wu-Tang was doing tours. They were doing
Yeah.
a festival. It had the Him, Rakim, Boot Camp Click. Heck, I forgot who else was on that joint. But yeah, that was dope. That was at the Pier in Philly. I used to love going to hip hop shows. Like,
So how many seconds you have before you find out a artist running late? You got to fill in for them, or they don't show up. You got to change the schedule.
It depends. Sometimes I know a good amount of time ahead, 30, 40 minutes. Sometimes it'll be like, yo, traffic, they ain't making it.
Right.
I need you at this stage. Then there's like, yo, so-and-so just got hemmed up. Need you at the stage.
He was coming up.
So you got your own golf cart then?
Yes.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes. Yeah. Yo, the worst is when I need to be at 2 stages at the same time. And I'm like,
How does that
DJ,
happen? Somebody not showing up?
Yeah, not showing up. Or sometimes, because when you look at a festival and the layout, right, we have a capacity. So you can't have dead stages. And that's
Right.
part of the whole thing is like,
Right.
we have 3-4 stages for a reason, so you don't have everybody at one big stage,
Right,
and
right.
it
Right.
becomes a fire hassle. So you need to spray it out. So if you have a dead stage, fire marshal will be like tripping.
Right,
Like, yo,
right.
we need somebody on this stage right now.
And they're
So,
deep in there too.
Yeah, so
They're deep.
it's a safety thing as well as keeping the vibe up, because you might be waiting there expecting to see an artist. Well, just listening to house music. Nah, we're gonna turn it up. Y'all gonna
No, of course. They give them something to. They pay good money. They want
exactly.
some sort of a show. You know what I mean? Or hear the music they want to hear. They don't want to hear Apple Music playing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? They want to hear the interaction of having a DJ up there.
And that's part of my job also, is like the playlist that plays between the artists, because what'll happen is we had an issue like this before at a show at our second Rolling Loud where
I already know what it is.
Me too, I think.
I know what it is. You had a DJ, and he played music from the artist that was about to perform.
no.
okay.
Well, no. So this is Future's about the headline, but he's running a little late, and the front of house guy is trying to play music, and instead of like a hip hop crowd, or especially our hip hop crowd at Rolling Loud, is super picky
Right.
and like antsy. So like they want that energy. They want to be entertained. If not, that's when you really have it's like idle hands. Like,
Right, right.
so they start playing like this weird house music that it's not even commercial house music. It's like some obscure
Yeah.
music, and like they just start booing and throwing shit like crazy. And so like that's what you don't want.
Right.
And then there's the other side of playing the artist music that's performing
the night.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which happens a lot of times because not DJs, because we tell them ahead of times, but like the artist DJ gets their shine, so they'll do like that quick 5 minute
Right.
while their artist is getting ready to come on stage, and
And they're playing a record that
and-
an artist about to perform.
yeah, it's like, yo,
next.
Sheck West is about to go on right after
And
you.
you're playing his
Why are
biggest
y'all
song.
playing
The biggest song. Yeah.
like so, but they don't think that or know that. So,
Right.
but so that's why I do like a playlist in between the sets, so that front of house guys aren't just playing a Spotify playlist that has half our artists on it. And so I can pick music. I can pick brand new music, up and coming artists that I
Okay.
think are dope in each market. And I'm playing the go-tos that aren't booked on the festival. So it's just a playlist that goes through. But my favorite part about that is being able to play artists that I either personally rock with in the market or that I just see are buzzing and people
Right.
are rocking with that aren't on the festival, and put it in that playlist. And I get DM'd all the time from artists like, yo, did you put my music in? I'm like, yeah. It was like, yo, thank you. Like, they're getting tagged.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Do you have relationships with DJs in each market where you reach out to and be like, yo, who's the top 5 artists there right now.
Yep.
Let me get that music, and so that's dope.
Yeah, definitely reach out, like New York, right? My boy DJ Stacks holds me down, bro. Like,
Right.
You wouldn't even imagine. You know, I'll just ask, yo, who's buzzing? Like, he give me the list.
Right.
You know,
So from your start from Orlando, who you call for Orlando for their artists?
for Orlando artists, I'll be talking to Wes a lot because he be tapped in on it.
The crazy part was he's not even a DJ.
Yeah.
But, but he's tapped into
But yeah,
it.
he just
He's
knows
tapped into the artists.
he's
He
in the
Right.
scene,
grew up
yeah.
out
He's in the
here.
streets, right. That's the crazy part. That's the reason why I asked this question. I'm asking a DJ who really started his start in Orlando. You know, you're from South
It's a-
Jersey, but you have to call an artist to find out who's the hottest person in the city.
Yeah, I talked to DJ Prank Steeshy.
Okay. Yeah, he's a
lot,
dope
too.
DJ.
I heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prank. I talked to Prank a lot.
Yeah, he's a real good guy too, real nice guy.
It's funny because a lot of the DJs that I normally talk to, they live in Orlando, but like don't DJ that much in Orlando anymore. So it's
Right.
like it's interesting as you ask for that, like for Orlando specifically. Because like even with like Nice One, right? Like
Right.
I see Nice One more in Miami than I do when I come
Right.
up here. Nasty, and I don't know. Like I wonder if the question is too is like, are the DJs in Orlando tapped in with the artists?
Artists.
Like I think there are
That's a
certain
whole nother
DJs.
conversation.
That's a whole conversation.
It's a whole
that,
other conversation.
There are certain DJs I know, like Consistency and those guys like that are tapped in with the artists. But yeah, I mean that's a thing. Like, and I don't know if the Orlando artists necessarily, well, at least on the mainstream side of club hip hop, are connected on that side. But like I'll go, you know, like to Beacham or go anywhere, like, and they start playing the local stuff, like, and club going crazy,
Right,
singing
right.
every word, tear and everything. So
That's good to know. That's good to know. Talk to me about your record label.
Sick World Music.
Yes. Talk
So
about it.
that came out of necessity. I started putting together records with different artists I mess with, and I needed a label to release it through. So I came up with Sick World Music. Came out of the midst of COVID, so it's a sick
Right.
world. And
Right.
I started putting out records. I had time, and started sending out records to artists I mess with, getting them back, putting them out, shooting videos, and going through that whole process.
How's
So
that going for you?
I've been a little slow on it recently, but it was good, man. I got some records in the stash. I'm just putting the
Right. I
big
seen you with,
picture together.
with Baby Boy Slime.
Yes, Baby Boy Slime. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I met him through SPK.
Okay, yep.
That's how I
Yep.
met him.
Yup, shout out to Baby Boy Slime. Homie.
You have anything coming out soon or up and coming?
Not lined up. I got a few records though. Lil PJ out of Atlanta. Got a record with him. OMB Peasy I got a record with. I got a few records.
My advice to you: don't hold them out too long.
Yeah, don't hold
Nah,
on to
nah.
that. Yeah,
There's
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
just
people who
wanna
got
make
good music in their laptop or in their hard
that
drive.
they never
Yeah.
put
They
out.
never put out.
That's true. That's definitely true because I
You
I
have-
always get that call like, yo, pull up, y'all got
Yeah,
a bunch of records
Yeah,
sitting
you
there.
have that
Like,
label, you got the platform, you got the name.
Right.
There's no reason for you to have music in your laptop, your hard drive, anywhere.
shit should be out.
lay
Stash.
it out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't want it, bring that shit to me.
We'll put it out
We'll put it out for you.
in the heartbeat. Yeah, you don't waste no time. So we spoke to one of your friends, right?
Okay.
And he said to ask you, what do you think when you hear the words "light cardigan"?
That's a whole story. That comes from one of those Currency tour trips. DJing for West Fifth. And we went to, it was a bunch of us. Like, bro, it must have been like 15 of us. We had like an SUV and like a car. Took that joint down to Miami. Mind you, it's like spring was like March, right? So we did the show. I DJ'd at Sobe Live, and it was like the after party where Currency was booked.
Okay.
So it's like our whole crew, and it's Wes's brother, 24K, our homie, right? So 24K always been a little extra. So mind you, it's like 90 degrees in Miami. He got this cardigan on. We walking down South Beach.
Oh man.
And we're like, bro, why you got a thick cardigan? He's like, it's a light cardigan.
It's a light cardigan.
Yeah.
Not a thick one.
Nah, light cardigan. So the whole time we're just like, oh, so you wearing a light cardigan going in on him. And he walking down the street, he sees Rev Run's son, Jojo, and randomly bumps into him for no reason across the street.
So he crossed the street.
Across the street just to bump into him with
gosh.
his like just doing weird shit. So I drive back. Like it was like, yo, it's time to go. Get in the truck. The whole way back, they crack. He sat in the back seat. The whole entire truck's cracking on him about this light cardigan. It's like, yeah, that's where that's.
I wonder if he still has it.
Probably does, but like every time we see him, light cardigan, like
Well, that's
90 degrees
shit.
out.
That's a good rap name.
Like cardigan.
Like,
You know what I mean? Shit might work out there.
Shit, we're talking about West Fifth. You met West Fifth coming out of the club with
Yeah.
a pistol.
yeah, my first run.
Hold up. Statute of limitations?
That's past that. I looked it up. It's past that.
Okay, it's
Way
past. All right,
past.
so we good.
That club ain't there
Yeah,
no
they no
more.
more.
Like, yeah, that's way,
That's way
past,
past.
man.
But yeah,
Some of them Orlando adventures, man.
Right. So what's your opinion regarding like old school DJing with vinyl and then with the new Serato and the medium with stems and all that other stuff that's come out? Miss vinyl?
Yes and no. Like I like the idea of not being able to grab my laptop, shoot. Now I'm moving around with just a thumb drive, plugging in the CDJs. So technology is great, but I think that the basics and the basis of DJing still need to come from those things because it makes you a better DJ with the other technology.
Right.
So the technology makes life easier, but it's like, yo, I can still jump on the turntables, grab out the vinyl, cue it up, do all the basics. And I think even in the troubleshooting side of DJing, right? Like when it comes down
the
to
RCA's bad.
yeah, like
Or the needles need to get cleaned up.
Right.
You gotta take the needles out and clean the connector.
Yep.
yeah,
Stuff
like I
like that.
recently just refurbished my turntables like a couple weeks ago, redoing the RCA's and everything, and just I love like when I'm at home, I have a pair of CDJs, but I love being on vinyl, like the feel of it,
Right.
like at least on the Serato side, and I just love those basics. Like I mean, I think at the point now where it's like all the guys that were fighting against getting Serato, like it's over with. Like,
No, I understand that, but I feel like if you're gonna DJ, learn on vinyl first, or learn with at least turntables before you get to the actual CDJs or anything else after that. You know,
And
there's nothing wrong with, I mean, yes, it's easy to pick up. It's easy for the laptops. All that's easier. But if you're gonna put that word DJ in front of your name, learn about the DJ. You know what I'm saying?
I think this goes into that part with the mentorship and the any kid can go literally to you can go to Best Buy now, probably get a DJ set up. Like as long as you got a computer and the internet, you can figure it out.
And there's dope young. I met this DJ today from I think it was. I want to say Germany, but I can't remember. He was 12 years old. That boy beating the shit out of turntable.
Well,
I was like,
it's also like you said in Germany, they got a whole different respect for hip hop over there.
But he's 12
You know
years
what I
old.
mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you probably sitting there and
Yeah.
going like this all day,
that's all he
going
got.
from school,
That's all he got.
but that's how you build a craft. It's not just like everyone wants to be the superstar. They see the DJ, they were like, okay, I can do that. I can make a dope playlist, but it's all the different aspects that you learn being a DJ from the experience, from mentorship, reading crowds.
Right.
Yo, like it's kind of crazy when I try to explain to people about reading crowds and like how it's kind of like
that's your main job.
yeah, Like,
Yeah. You
like,
got one job. You got one job.
like looking at people and seeing that person probably likes this type of music, so let me try this, and seeing if how the reactions in the room are, and pulling energy out of people. Like, those parts are the part that a lot of newer DJs, I want to say, are missing. Like, they want to play the hits because the hits are always going to get the reaction.
That's easy.
Right.
But like, I'm not playing the hits at 11 o'clock.
No. But that's the conversation we always have is being the opening DJ is the hardest part of the night. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you have to keep everybody there.
Yep.
And you got to keep people coming in. You got to keep people at the bar buying drinks, getting them ready so the closer could come in and play the radio jams and the hits. But you the opener, and that's the hardest job.
Being the opener is sometimes easier or more fun for me.
Well, you get a wider range of music you can play.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
I'm not limited. Like,
Right,
it's not
right.
like you're limited as the headline. When I'm headlining, I play a lot of the stuff I play as an opener just
Right.
because like I like it's a vibe. Especially now, I feel like there's a lack of like big hits,
Right,
Yeah.
big room
but
movers.
a lot of the songs are short expansion now.
That too.
So it's like you
Yeah,
gotta
a minute and a half song.
you gotta run through them.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Hook, verse, hook.
Yeah.
and
Well,
then that's it.
songs turned into dancehall songs because dancehall songs, when you juggling, right, what they
Right.
call it, you play the first verse, the hook, and you out. You
Yeah.
you into the next.
Yeah, I mean
You
they're
know what I
made
mean?
for DJs, I guess, in that sense. But there's no like playing all like that 2000s music right now. For
But
me, is
it's
fun.
crazy because what Correct just said right now, the first DJ I ever seen doing that, like he's playing the record, the first in the verse, the hook was Flex, right?
Yeah.
And I used to study Flex, like tape decks. Or,
Yeah, I think
or that stuff like
everybody.
that. And when I used to
influenced
play,
everybody.
then when I used to play out here like that, people were mad at me. Oh, we cut the record too quick.
right.
Well, motherfuckers, I doing shit right now. Y'all doing that shit right now.
Yeah.
For the past maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
So what I was doing back in the early 90s, mid 90s, whatever.
Right.
Y'all doing that shit right now, and y'all were mad at me.
Same. Hey, let's keep it a buck. Same way, how everybody was mad at Ja Rule for singing,
Yeah.
and what everybody's doing right now.
Literally,
It's
everybody
singing.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just the way it is, man. Unfortunately, who's your biggest inspiration, like DJ wise?
Oh, I was a huge DJ AM fan.
Yeah.
Like, I got to see him spin a couple times
Dope.
in Philly and Atlantic City, but like the things he would do with a record, and songs that aren't supposed to be played together.
Yep. His
Cuts,
mashups. Yeah.
word, like, bro, like timing, all that stuff. And I have a few homies that were really friends with him.
Okay.
And like, they were like, bro, like the stuff he would do would blow your mind.
Yeah.
Blow your mind. And like, I'm big fan of him. Jazzy Jeff, obviously being in Philly. It's kind of cool now because where the position I'm in and some of the clubs are, right, I get to play with a lot of the guys that I look up to. And,
Right.
That's great. That's great.
yeah, like DJ Vices and DJ with Fashion. A lot of these guys, DJ Scene, like a lot of the open format guys, I was a really big fan of.
Right.
In that style of DJ.
Yeah, AM was definitely a huge. I don't know if I want to say maybe he did start the open format style.
Yeah,
of,
he was the king
know.
of open format.
Yeah,
when
doing
it came
Vegas
to it.
clubs and nights and
like
pool parties, you know,
because
and
even
stuff like that.
his like the documentary, like they talk about like how he was coming in and mixing 80s with now that time.
Yeah, he's
hip-hop.
playing like Guns
Right,
N' Roses
right.
acapellas with.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He
And
was-
this is like these rooms and doing these parties, and then now the big clubs are paying the big bucks, and
Yeah.
him leveraging that for his homies to get booked over
Right,
at these
right.
places.
He did his
Crazy.
job.
Yeah.
He absolutely did his job. Is there a single night out that you've been that's like a concert or something that's memorable? I know you said Rock the Bells.
Yeah, Rock the Bells is memorable. Man. I remember going to see Ghostface. I mean, like, the moments at, even some of the moments at Rolling Louds. Like, I remember being, I think it was the Bay Area show, and X performed, and it was like all the homies from
Damn.
from Miami were there.
Right.
So it's me, so DJ Scheme, who
Okay.
was X's DJ.
Right.
This was like one of his first festival performances, I think, after his tour.
Okay.
And so he was like, "Yo, come up there." And I was like, "Yo, I got all his music on my laptop. Bring my laptop up there." So we set it up. Denzel Curry's up there already. So before X comes out, like we're just playing music for the crowd and just play. So literally, Denzel's pretty much DJ.
Right.
He's like, "Yo, play this. All right, cool. Play that." And then like X comes out, is doing the set. I think that set, like he was talking to the crowd more than he was actually like before. I think he did like 4 or 5 songs. Then he climbed the up into the Raptors, and the fire marshal shut the stage down. But before that, it was just like it was crazy because I'm looking around. It's like all the guys that we came up with doing these small tours and
They were all
shows
there.
in
Like a
Orlando,
full circle
Tampa.
moment
Yeah,
type of
it's just
thing.
like, and we're on the complete opposite coast
Right.
of the country.
That's pretty
crazy.
dope. I got one too that Judah probably remember. We had went to How Can I Be Down. You ever heard of How Can I Be Down?
Nah,
All right, so there was Jack the Rapper back then. These were like
Jack the Rapper was-
conventions.
yeah,
oh, the convention. Okay,
Right.
all right.
So then it was How Can I Be Down. I still got my badge. I believe it was 96.
I still have mine too.
I think it was
somewhere.
96. I can remember. I think it was 96. So went to How Can I Be Down, right? So what do? We go to a Luke party in Miami, right? Go to this Luke party. Luke got the girls up on stage. They doing their thing. Tyson Beckford was on stage. I don't know if you remember that,
Okay.
right?
This one I'm on top of the speaker with the camera. I jumped down.
Maybe, but this.
Go, keep on going.
So
Yeah.
Tyson Beckford's on the stage. Luke got the girls doing what they do to Tyson
yes.
Beckford, right? They go to. This is vivid. They go to take off Tyson's shirt, right? Believe it or not, he had a bulletproof vest on. All right. So they take off his shirt. Tyson
This
Beckford.
is pre-50 style.
Yes,
Yeah,
way
yeah.
before this. You know what I mean?
It's 90s. It's 96.
Right.
They ain't no 50
Yeah,
yet.
yeah,
They
no.
ain't
So he was way ahead. But if you watched his thing on was it on TV One? I forgot what it's called. Anyways, he was part of the Shower Posse in New York. I didn't know that. Right. So then now it makes sense to me. Right. So whatever, having a good old time. Got this Luke show going on. Right. We living it. Right. Somebody starts shooting in the club. Right. You remember that?
That's
Exactly.
that was the old dirty bastard and Akinelli beef.
Oh shit.
Right.
That was the,
Right.
I was on top of the
'Cause
speaker. I had the big ass. Can't remember camcorders back there.
Yeah.
Right.
The big motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Top
Because
of the
was that?
speakers.
I think Akinelli was on stage too.
Yeah,
wasn't
I was on stage. Yeah.
Right.
He was performing. He had the lollipops coming out. Put it in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth.
mouth.
Put it in
Right.
your mouth.
So this is Luke Akinelli.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Because the song, remember, Akinelli was hot that year.
Yeah.
He
Right.
had 2 songs. He had Put in Your Mouth and
Fuck me for free. Right.
So he had a lollipop, and on one side say "fuck me for free," and one side say "put,
Put it in your mouth. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dope promo shit he had
Yeah,
going on.
that was a whole different
So
shit. And that
behind
was-
stage, there was a beef between Old Dirty, because remember, Old Dirty was coming out throughout the whole event, back and forth.
But yeah, he can't stay still. So.
You can't see.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, Old Dirty.
Right.
But it was a beef between Akinelli and Old Dirty Bastard, and
That reminds me.
somebody started shooting, and all you hear, and yo, all I can see is the camera like this, and you can see he just dropped. I think somebody said that footage. I don't have it,
Damn, I don't
but
got it.
I gotta
either.
find that footage though.
I have a lot of footage somewhere.
Yeah,
I got camera, the old school camera rolls. I
Yeah.
still haven't even
yeah,
developed.
I got some of those
Oh
too.
word.
I need
about-
to send those
I
in.
got about 20 or 30 of those still.
I need to just send those in.
I don't know
and
what's
get
in those motherfuckers, but
I'm a little nervous too about what's in
Not
mine.
like, especially right now with the 50 years of hip hop, like
Right.
the anniversary.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
gotta let the world see.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
don't know.
pictures in there.
I don't know.
I think before Triz was a thing, it was already happening.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to talk. That's a whole nother. We're going to just bleep this shit out. Just a disclaimer. I love my wife. All right, just going to go straight disclaimer.
Yes.
This is early 90s.
Early,
Yeah,
way
before-
early 90s. You know what I mean? Just don't want to date ourselves either, but let's just put that disclaimer out there.
Any upcoming DJs you have your eyes on? Because, at one point, you might have to step off that DJ thing for a little bit and have somebody else.
Yeah. Man. Homie DJ Recky's fire. I just linked with him. He's a producer, DJ. He comes from Fetty Wap's clique.
Dope.
Been with them for a minute.
He's from Jersey then.
Yeah.
He's from Jersey.
Yeah, he out in Miami now doing his thing, bro. He's dope. Man, Nicky Riz from New York's dope. Trying to think who the young guy, because everyone's just like that. That's what I don't see a lot. Like when I came up, especially like when I was coming up in Orlando, it was like a group of us
Right.
that were like in that same market, like we're the up and coming DJs
Right,
under
right.
you guys. Like it was the and I don't, maybe I'm just missing it, but I don't really see it as much. Maybe because I'm in Miami too. Because when I came to Miami, I was the new guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And everyone else has been in that market for 10 plus years.
Right, right. So we spoken to Nice and Arsonist, and
Mm-hmm.
they were, I guess, the next generation.
Right.
And then they were telling us about the new generation right now, which is like the DJ Crush,
Yeah, Crush.
DJ
Yeah.
Jax,
Right.
and now Boogie and stuff like that. That's the next generation.
Yeah, I think I had this conversation before, and I call it your DJ class.
right,
So like
like the
us,
freshmen.
us, in our time, right? Our time. Let's say
90s?
ours was
2000s, early 2000s.
Nasty, Khaled, Pro Style. So these were the DJs that was
Yeah.
popping. It was me, Nasty. I'm sorry, me, Junebug, right? Jesse Jazz. It was Nasty, Caesar, Nasty, Caesar, Khaled, Pro Style. We were the ones that were doing the real main parties, and then we had Heavy Sounds too, that you probably don't know.
Disco.
Well, Disco. Oh yeah, he's an OG for sure. He was before us.
He's before
Let's
us,
just
yeah,
keep
he
it
was
100.
before us,
Let's
yeah.
keep it 100. The Super Sundays, he was doing it way before us. And we were doing our private parties at that time. That's our DJ class, right? And then after that,
Was Mario Caesar,
Mario Caesar, right? Chino,
and the crew.
Chino,
Yeah.
D-Strong.
Right. This
Right.
one came afterwards.
Yeah.
D-Strong came
after
after. So yeah, I think there's always a class that you kind of come up with. You know what I mean? So call it like a graduating class, I guess you could say.
A lot of talent from Orlando. That's one thing I say.
Right, a lot of talent.
Yeah.
DJs and
that-
producers, there's a lot of talent.
So
Yeah.
when I moved here from Philly, that was something that I was kind of worried about because I'm in Philly. Boy, I got
Right.
badass DJs in Philly.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Crazy. So I'm going out any night of the week, and it's cuts. They getting busy.
Right.
So coming out here, what I did was I looked on all the radio station. At the time, it's MySpace. So like the top 8. So I'm like, all right, Nasty, Chino, D-Strong, okay, Disco, all right, cool. So I'm figuring out kind of like who, not knowing who's who at all, but just
Right.
like
Right.
these are the people that are with the radio station at least,
Right.
and in the clubs and everything. So when I finally got to meet people and then see the mix, and I was like, oh, okay, M Squared was probably the first DJ I got to see out here, and he was murdering it. Like,
Yeah,
He's
always.
still murdering.
Murder.
Always, yeah.
He's still murdering.
I
shit.
like literally went up to him that night. I'm like, yo, from Philly, like, bro, you are disgusted. Then I got to see Q45. Not like Chino.
Well, Q45 was not from Orlando, right?
No,
No,
he's
it was
from Jacksonville.
Jacksonville,
It was
right.
at
He used to
West
come-
Coast.
Yeah, Pax
so-
used to bring him down. Yeah.
On Thursdays,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
right.
so like I didn't know what to expect coming into Florida, pretty
Right.
much music wise.
Well, the part it's not about Florida, it's really Orlando.
yeah,
And I always say this when it comes to the actual DJs, even the artists. Everybody comes out here, but they pass by the artists and DJs. They go from Atlanta, New York, straight to Miami.
Yeah.
It's like we're a big pussy. We get fucked, and then everybody travels away. I'm just being. You think about it, and we have the biggest DJs, the biggest producers,
yeah,
we have-
dude.
the biggest artists. You know what I'm saying? You just don't hear about the artists because there's something's happening between the DJs and the producers that they're not touching with the artists that are actually from their city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not supporting that. That's,
It's not.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's not. I think part of it has to be they don't have to touch radio anymore.
Right, right.
And they don't have to go through that process to break in the clubs because
But even the artists that are actually big now, they record here.
Yeah, they
all
come here.
record
that's
here to
always
Orlando.
been.
It's always
That's
been like that for
always been
years.
that. Yeah,
They
It's
record
the
here.
low key spot.
Low key, so they record here, take their family up to see the mouse and everybody else, stuff like that. So it's just crazy that
Yeah,
you
but
know.
it's just like when I moved to Orlando, it was a culture shock. I moved here at Classic Weekend.
Oh my
all
God.
weekend.
Oh shit! That's
So-
all weekend.
So,
You was in traffic all night.
so
exactly.
drove down, right? Turned
Yeah.
on the radio. It's Khaled.
Yep.
premiere. All we do, not all we do, is when I'm So Hood.
I'm so hood.
I'm so
The
Right.
radio commercials are Trick Daddy, Plies, Rick Ross at the club,
Yep,
all
yep.
at one club.
Right.
You know, the next
Yep.
one's,
Right.
you know, Trina over here and T-Pain over here. I'm like, yo, this city is
But
lit.
you just said something right now crazy. All those artists that you mentioned, 90% from Miami, right?
Yeah.
Trick, Plies is from Fort Myers.
But
Yeah,
South,
Ace Hood.
South Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's,
Yeah,
let's
this
go
was
South.
like-
Let's
yeah.
go South Florida.
Yeah.
And there was not even one artist from Orlando on that bulletin.
Yeah.
Orlando DJs, but that was about it. Yeah.
They needed, and not even that party.
I can't even
You probably
think
had
of-
one or two Orlando DJs. Everybody was probably booked from Atlanta, you know, Jacksonville, Miami, or what else like that.
Right.
See, that's
Yeah,
the problem that I
Jacksonville,
always have
Tallahassee.
with Orlando.
I'm
That
trying to think. I don't, at the time, or not, who was an Orlando artist?
during that time,
Yeah.
you talking about this is what
Like
early.
08. This is literally 07. It's classic week in 07. So it was like November. And I'm trying to think who was like Wes. Well, I think Wes was booked. Like Wes was hot then.
You probably during that time. You probably had like maybe Traffic.
Traffic was a little bit after that.
After?
He might
Okay.
have been after that. It was Wes. It was P.I. Bang was after that.
I think going into my
can't
homework
even- yeah.
bag and find out who was actually popping during that time.
Right. Right. Do some
There
digging on that.
was. I mean, I know there was a lot of shows I was doing, but South Kissimmee.
Yeah. There's always.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There were artists. Like I'm just trying to think who was moving. KC.
Case has been moving for a long
Yeah,
time.
right,
Yeah.
But like I think that was like even before I even knew who KC was. He was writing.
He was.
and
Yeah. He's
everything,
more of
but
a
he
writer.
wasn't.
Yeah. Let me have
Yeah, I mean, look,
Yeah.
but you got my mindset moving to Orlando is Disney.
Right.
Of course,
Universal.
that's
Like,
everybody's
until
mindset.
I got taken to the West Side for the first time in my life.
Right. Right.
West Colonial, and I'm like, oh,
You're gonna learn.
It's
today.
more than a mouse.
oh.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean.
I'll
It's-
tell you, Armstrong. That's who was hot then.
Also was hot back
Right. Right.
then.
Shit.
And I think I met him my second time over there going in the men's closet. I was
closet.
coming out and
Everybody's been in
Never
man
coming
closet.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's a staple in the hood, right?
Yep.
Men's
If there was
closet.
anything you could change in your path, what would it be?
man, I don't think I would. I was just thinking about that on the ride over here about like how going through some of the negative things that happen put you in a place for all these positive things to line up. Like they teach you the lessons
Right.
Right.
that you won't make again to make you better.
Right.
And
Yeah.
timing and everything. I don't think I would change anything right now.
So,
man. Like life's good. Like got married last year.
congrats.
Thank you.
Spoke to your best man.
The
Actually, we actually met through your best man, and we
Let's bring
remember
out
this
a little-
mixtape.
wow. Wow.
We did that like
Yes.
after we met, like 2 weeks later. We did
Yeah.
that.
Dope.
Definitely. Wow. The old look. Wow. Street smart.
All the old information's on that.
Man.
Well, my shit's probably still the same,
But it's like, yo, look, like I'm a boss.
right?
Getting like, there's a lot of hits on here that I could still play in the club and they'll go crazy.
Right.
Like, wow.
Dope.
Little throwback there.
Little throwback. Little trip down memory lane.
Yes. New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, we paid everybody was hot during that time.
Yeah.
Most of these, I mean, all of them are. I mean,
Still.
wow. Music was good.
Yeah,
man.
music was
Like-
good. Music was real good.
Yeah,
Music was
man.
real good.
Wow. That's amazing.
You gotta remaster this and
Yeah.
take it back out.
Just put it back out just cause. Might have to put the link up. You know what I mean? People to download it.
I think it's still on. It might be on DatPiff still.
That Piff, or what was the other site?
Well, I don't think it's on live.
Nah, Larry's been down for a while. It's part of that Piff.
Yeah, I think it's on that.
But I'm looking at this right now. There's a lot of people who used to Sponsored. Where the fuck are these people now?
Right.
Nah, 'cause, yeah, we pressed them up, put them out. Wow.
A little history right there.
Dope little memory. Those are always good.
That was, I mean, the mixtapes were a big part, like, of me making a living for, because when I was the new guy out here, and like we said, like I was doing clubs, I was doing clubs here and there, but like DJing was not paying the bills.
No, of course not.
No.
Yeah,
Early
it never
on.
does in the beginning. You have to work a regular job. There's no way
And,
around it.
But my regular job was pressing up mixtapes.
Dope.
So I was working with
Mixtape Mike?
Mixtape Mike, yep, XR Russ.
How did I not know that one?
Everybody went to
Sorry, Mike.
Mixtape Mike.
I had to skip you, Mike. I had to put my own machine. Put my own machine.
Hey,
As a matter of fact, LS put me on with the machines.
Dope.
Because LS was putting a lot of CDs back then for his crew.
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah. And everybody went through Mixtape Mike, man.
Yeah, Mixtape Mike.
Yeah.
And I was in the sweatshop.
Yeah.
Trades coming out,
Trade-
pulling
oh,
them out.
boom, 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 boom.
Bro,
Yeah.
dog, like that shit is an art. Like
Yo, to get it like a little system down, yeah.
the boom, 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 boom.
Push 'em back in, yeah.
I have my kids though, like Chinese people around the table.
Oh damn.
Dog,
Tape
there's an
out,
art.
print, his sleeves,
Put
juice,
in the-
box, next.
You want to eat tonight? You want to eat?
Oh, literally
Better bang up these
technique. Like,
fucking
bloop,
CDs.
bloop, bloop, pressing up. I could probably do 1,000 CDs, hour and a half.
Wow.
Running up, put them in, hit burn, go over here, put in the cases, do, stack, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Put them in the box,
Flashback.
back over.
Those days are over. Yeah, those days are over.
Yo, I do not miss it though. Like, having like 10 machines going for
Yeah,
hours and
right.
you in this room with no ventilation.
Yeah, and that shit puts out heat too.
Bro, sweating, but we made it work.
Way to work.
That's what made you right now.
Hey,
The persistence.
yeah,
and
man.
You don't pay your dues. You went crate digging. You know what I mean? You got to play on vinyl. You interned for someone, let's say, right? Someone you carry
Yeah,
records, you did that. You copy CDs, you've made mixtapes.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
even
mean?
worked with
He even
DJ
went to.
Small.
Excuse me, he even went to out of state without even confirming. He just went. He
Just
showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
showed
did.
up.
He
Yeah,
did.
I was
you
like,
did-
yo, at least worst case I go see a show.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So you did everything you were supposed to do.
yeah.
You didn't feel entitled, which is what's great.
Nah,
you
you
know what I
can
mean?
never feel entitled, even you know when you are entitled to things.
No, absolutely,
like,
yeah.
I never move in that mindset of entitlement, man. I'm happy to be here. Like, that's,
If
that's
you
so
ever
simple.
you ever get a point where you feeling yourself, do you have one friend that always puts you in check?
Feeling myself,
Yeah, like-
I don't think I don't get in that mode. I get pissed off when I get disrespected though.
Okay.
Like, and usually it's warranted because like I'm a very low key to myself.
Right.
But it's just like if I
Yeah,
get
the day I met you, you was mad low key. You in the corner. We shooting a video. Like, yo, my man, is he in the video? Is he just bystanding?
Chilling.
like I'm chill, but it's just like, but like it's like if I get triggered, then it's the complete opposite.
Right.
So, but it's just a respect thing, man.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You was mentioning earlier something about DJ Smalls.
yeah.
His mixtapes
So
he was
even
doing.
when I was in college, I interned for his company,
Mm-hmm.
South Promo,
South Promo.
which was Southern Smoke.
Southern Smoke,
was
right.
the promo company for Southern Smoke, and it was ran by Jessica Williams, which was his partner with that company. So
Mm-hmm.
I was an intern, so I was
Right.
outside of the shows, the DJ gigs for DJ Smalls with the signs,
Mm-hmm. Dope.
with the stuff. You
We
know,
need to get-
handing out
we
the
need to get
mixtape,
in touch with
handing out the
DJ
flyer.
I spoke to him once or twice, but it hasn't been recently.
Yeah, he's in Atlanta.
You know.
Or
He
he
got
got.
stories and he's part of history. Mixtape game.
Right. He
Oh
was.
yeah, he
He was doing his thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like him, Gangster Girls, and
Right.
Yeah, he was definitely doing
Southern
his thing.
Smokes are crazy. So
Yeah. What advice do you give to aspiring DJs right now?
my number one advice always is just be on time, be professional. Like that thing right there will separate you so much from everyone else that doesn't understand that part. The communication, like doing things the proper way, not trying to cut the corners. Like
Right.
this is before you even get on and play music.
Right.
Like being a professional, not getting wasted while you're drinking or while you're DJing. Like
Right.
just like you gotta remember, like as much as fun as the job is, it's a job.
job.
You're there
Right.
to
You're working.
entertain these
Same.
people
You're working.
to do the best job, and it's a great job. But when you're not professional, and that's when it's not. That's when the people that book you either be the club owners or the promoters.
They watching you.
whoever.
They watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They seen how you take control of the situations. If one was to come upon, they also watching to see how you act on everything you do. Basically,
yeah,
it's like they're watching you. If they're not watching, somebody's watching you that night.
that's the most important. I'd say second is you just like dig in on the craft, learn everything you can about it. Be prepared for anything. So one of the things Q45 had taught me, it's always stuck with me, was the crowd doesn't care what you're playing the equipment on. So if it's a mixer with one knob
Right.
and
Not that problem.
and they don't care if
Right.
your mixes are off or if the one turntable arm ain't working, no one cares. So it's like you better go in there and bust their ass on the one turn on your laptop, hitting the play button, talking your shit, then hitting
Right.
like whatever it is,
trying
like
to do, right.
they shut it down, don't matter. So it's like that always gave me a mindset of like we're gonna make it work one way or another. Like
Right.
the mixer ain't all together, okay, well we're gonna go this way.
Right.
Yeah.
Not.
Been in that situation
Yeah.
before.
Also, like, I'll tell you this too. Like, when coming up as a DJ and not making much money, I was pretty much taking any gig I
course,
could do.
yeah.
So I've done gypsy weddings, baby showers, like you
You
name
name
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but
They
like,
pay more money.
that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about taking all these different type of gigs was the experience and learning the music and having it now, especially like the way Serato
Different
works.
culture, different people. Yeah.
So that goes into the crowd reading. So I moved to Miami. I'm doing clubs like Live Store. I'm getting people from all around the world.
Right.
Like, but I was prepared to play for these people that just came from Israel because I've done
Israeli.
like,
Yeah.
I've done these different cultures and like, oh, you need Latin music? All right, cool, got you. Like, you need reggae? Got you. Afrobeats? Got you. Because I've
Right.
done these different type of events. So that's another thing. Just do all types of stuff. Just don't stick to one genre, one thing. If you really want to be a well-rounded DJ, take on these gigs, learn the music, learn everything, because you never know where you're gonna be and people people ask for some crazy stuff, but like
Yeah.
if you can hold it down.
What's your
and make it
intake
work-
on that? When people requesting a song.
It depends.
Depends.
The timing, what it is. Sometimes with the club, like especially in Miami or pretty much any clubs, like sometimes you got a choice because they just spent $5K on the table and they need this song played that no one knows but them. But hey,
You gotta
better
play
make
it.
it work.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm not against requests though, because sometimes it's really good because like you'd be like, oh, I didn't even think about that, and then it takes you somewhere else and it's
Yeah.
dope. Then other times you just like, yo, no one knows this song but you.
Right.
Like
You and your
or
homeboy.
it's like the complete left vibe. I'm like, yo, the floor is rocking, and you are the only person that like ain't. Well, I want to dance. All right, dance.
Dance. Right.
Go dance with everybody else.
Right. They want to hear.
Play something to dance to. All right.
They wanna hear
Like,
some crazy shit. You want to go into
So
games?
go some games.
Let's break it up. Go on some games.
Do the choice is yours first. Choice is yours.
Yeah.
So
Let's go. Choice is yours.
you're getting booked for a club party, a
okay.
house party, or a corporate party. Same night, same pay. What are you choosing?
Are there any more details to this? Or
That's it.
No, that's it. Same. You getting the same
Same
bag.
bag.
Same bag, but they all on the same night. You gotta choose one.
probably gonna go with the club. Yeah.
Go with the club.
Yeah, club's an easier gig for me because I ain't gotta bring no equipment. I ain't gotta do nothing. Like
Shit,
I
nowadays
just
you
pull
do.
up. Well,
Feel like it sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes you're better off just having it in the
Some of
whip
it,
just in
yeah.
case.
Yeah,
And
I
you got
forgot-
that one
I
knob.
forgot about the clubs. They didn't carry it. And see, that goes into the professional because most of the time the clubs don't carry it because the DJ
They
at
break the
some
shit
point
up.
done
Yeah.
thrown-
They drunk and
Yeah.
yeah.
bro, been
Got
in
the
clubs.
groupies on top of it.
CDJ.
I didn't want
all
to say groovy
sticky.
first, but he said it.
Yeah, bro. No, I've seen some nightmarish stuff, especially like with the Miami clubs and the girls in the booth, and they just
Yep. Well, you getting clothesline. You getting clothesline. Like,
Well, since Career brought it up,
I'm gonna be on TMZ because I'm clotheslining your ass. I'm gonna have a contract with WWE the next week, where how good that clothesline is gonna be. You know what I mean?
so Career brought up groupies. So, bottle girls.
Hold up. Time out. Let's say disclaimer. We're all married. All right. This is prior
Here's a commercial break.
commercial break. We're all married. We love our wives. This is pre-marriage. This disclaimer. All right, go ahead.
Bottle girl, bartender, or groupie.
my wife was a bottle tender or a bottle girl, so I go with bottle
Bottle
girl.
girl, see? He,
That was too
that's,
easy
that's
for
too
him.
easy for him.
It's too easy for him. Damn it.
But before your wife, was there any groupies?
From the club, not in the sense of like.
But you have MySpace, right? We coming up, right?
Yeah.
So there was MySpace, maybe Mi Gente back
You had
then.
that Black Planet?
Black Planet. Now they got social media. Back then we didn't have social media.
That was our social media.
I'll never
No,
forget.
no,
Like
no,
I had,
MySpace
like,
not yet.
I had roommates after college, and they were on Plenty of Fish, bro. Like,
Nothing but scammers on there now.
bro,
You know what I mean? Nothing but scammers on there. But yeah, it was Black Planet, Mi Gente, MySpace. You had America Online with the instant messaging in the chat rooms. You know what I mean? That was crazy.
I didn't own a computer. I don't know what you're talking about.
that instant messenger was weird.
That was insane. That shit pop, bloop, 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 or whatever the sound was. You'd be like, oh, I got a message.
Someone hit
Someone hit
me.
me up, yo. You know what I mean? Your phone line is tied up. Your mom's pick up the
Yo.
phone. You in a good conversation. You get
Yo.
dropped.
That's what I used to do. I used to download. So like overnight, I'll connect it because you don't figure you getting any phone calls at night, and then I'll just be like downloading movies and everything overnight, and then wake up in the morning to go to school and unplug it, and then
Just hogging up the people calling the house. The phone is busy because you
You
hogging up all the
you can't
bandwidth.
dial
You
911.
can't do nothing. Don't want to miss that instant message, man.
no, it's like
You know
I
what
don't
I mean?
know what I did with. I don't remember what I did without having a cell phone, like as it like.
Yeah, now you don't have a cell
Like, I
phone.
don't
You
know.
walk out of the
I
house,
don't
you're
There,
done.
there was no
Yeah.
no smartphones. There wasn't. Yeah, none. That's why we was in the street. Now now it's like, oh shit, you
guess-
leave your house without your shoes,
Yeah.
but you won't forget.
But you
your
kind of
phone.
knew where like everyone to be at. Like it was
Yeah.
kind of like systematic. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, or you'd be like, yo, call me between 5 and 7. That's when I'm gonna be in the house.
Yeah.
If you don't catch me, then you just don't catch
nah,
me.
even as a kid, like the only way I knew where my friends were, you ride around the neighborhood and look for where all the bikes were in the front yard. And
Yeah.
that was-
Because everybody was hanging out.
Damn.
They were at Timmy's house.
yeah.
What they was doing over there, what they was looking at.
Shit. I don't know.
I know what you was looking at.
You couldn't find porn in the. There was no computer. There was fucking Playboy magazines.
Man,
During that
VHS.
That VHS,
VHS,
yeah, the
huh?
VHS.
The Pops VHS movies.
Yeah, the Pop.
That
yeah.
collection. Whoa.
Hey, yo.
You said Bush.
Boom, chicka, boom. Boom, chicka, boom. That reminds
They had
me.
the,
Yo,
they had the worst fucked up music.
yeah, that reminds me of Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
When he
Oh,
said
Bush.
We've got Bush. Dude screaming all this shit though. All right, so we're gonna play some samples for you,
Okay.
and then we want you to tell us who used the sample, name of the song. You don't gotta tell us the name of the original sample,
Okay.
just the artist that used it. Smokey, you ready? Let's go.
You said they were easy ones.
He should know that.
He should know that one.
I know I should. I can't.
Should we let it play a little bit more?
One more time. Why not?
Thinking.
Let's hear it more. Hold on, Smoke.
thought I can't like. I won
When you hear it, you're like, damn,
You gonna
I knew
know.
that shit.
He might, let me hold the table because he might flip.
because I'm like I'm thinking of like I feel like I think it, but I can't. It's not connected.
Can't think of the camp, maybe a camp, a person.
I want to say it so bad. I'll make. All right, play it.
That's literally I'm thinking the ghost. Like
All right, let's
I'm
go.
like yo ghost. Like I don't like the.
Yeah, the beginning of it. Next joint.
Remember, copyright material, so we have to.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Oh man.
You should
I'm
know it off.
horrible
You
at
shouldn't
this.
even one
I
bar
know.
of that. You should know it.
I'm so bad.
One more time.
I'm so bad at this.
We, so that's it. Work.
I'll always be there for you.
You know it yet?
Know it?
I'll never betray
You gotta know this.
Let it drop. Let it
Let
drop.
it drop. Yeah. See how it goes. Ready?
I'm at uptown on Dykeman. I ain't been talking that.
I should never dealt with businessmen. Black Rob.
It's never Black Rob, man.
Oh, not,
That joint right there.
not even whoa.
Whoa, yeah, but
Okay.
I never dug in. Like
Ran out of
So-
ammo and started
so-
throwing
so-
bottles.
That is my shit.
That line
this
right
was,
there?
This was the thing, like that era of Bad Boy for me was weird to me because it was the post big
Right.
stuff, and then like
And they ran through artists like crazy.
Yeah, but Black Rob and Shine, they had
No,
some.
no.
They had
No,
some.
they-
Black
no,
Rob,
Sean and like and
you know what I mean? Like
Get that out. That first album, the
Black Rob first
album.
yeah,
If you driving down to Miami with him,
I'm listening to it
Is that-
tomorrow. Yeah,
that record right there.
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
don't get a ticket, a speeding
If I had a
ticket.
hoot- if I had a boot tie, she comes off.
Oh,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
right, yeah.
When it start coming, all the lights on, that shit hits. Like,
I'm gonna listen to it on the way home tonight. You know what I mean?
yeah. That
give
one.
number 3.
Many Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you got it.
There we go. He got one. He got.
Yeah, we gotta go get some.
So the next sample, two people, one recently, a few years ago, and one back in the '90s sampled this.
I
Use the
know.
sample. No, we haven't played it yet. No, you're right with this one, 50 Cents.
Yeah,
No,
that
Many
was
Men.
it.
just, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Many
That was
Men.
Many
The
Men,
next
yeah.
one we're about to play.
The next one we gonna play. It was all right. Go ahead.
I mean, that's the juice, obviously.
Right.
Who else used it? Go to the next page. You'll see that. The last one to the left. By itself.
Cormega?
Nah, it was close though.
It was
Nas.
Nas, yeah.
Message.
Fake.
You can't find, don't worry about it.
The slug before gusto. There we go. The Nas joint.
Fake thug, no love. You
Yeah.
get the slug. See before God.
So they used it
That's
first.
what I'm thinking.
Right.
Right. But Juice made it a huge song.
Here's song, yep. I got two out of 4.
Yeah, no, yeah. Not bad.
Not bad. Some people get 0.
Some people get, and they should know them.
And they should know.
The first one I should have definitely. I was thinking I couldn't.
Had to register for a little while, and then he got in the groove. You know what I mean? So that was good. We appreciate that. Playing
was
along
good.
with
That
us,
was
playing
fun.
some games with us. You know what I mean? So what are you currently working on?
Right now, just merch for
Okay.
next year.
Dope.
Merch. Putting together tours too. Want to start working with like up and coming artists, getting them on the road, college tours, doing some of these like, in the middle cities that the majors aren't necessarily
Looking at them.
Yeah, there's a lot of these college towns.
Right.
Crazy. Got thousands of people there, ready. Nothing comes through. So
You get them homecomings.
yeah, homecomings, all
Yeah.
that. So touring, music, dropping music, working with artists, and just the festivals are gonna be crazy next year. Some lineups are coming soon. The LA lineups be out in LA in March. March.
Okay.
And
The first show
that's
is
the
in March.
first show 2023 is in
Okay.
March.
Okay.
That's in California.
Yep,
Right?
in Inglewood.
Okay.
And,
Inglewood.
yeah. and,
Up to no good.
at the SoFi Stadium
Dope.
parking lot, and just building, man, building brand.
Right.
Got a lot to build on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A lot.
You have a manager or a booking agent or something
yeah.
like
I
that?
got my team, Troy Gunn and Air Jordan, work with me. Sick World Music.
Okay.
Right.
Not necessarily an agent. We got Wes helping me working with.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like
That's what's
day
up.
one, man.
Yeah.
We've been building. Not an agent yet. I've been doing a lot of my own bookings.
Okay.
And been blessed though.
Yeah. You stayed so in between.
Bookings keep coming.
Right.
keep
So in
been
between
staying
Rolling
busy.
Loud, you stayed.
Yeah,
consistent.
traveling, man. This last year though
Mm-hmm.
has probably been post COVID. So I guess it's like last year and a half is the most I've ever traveled.
Dope.
Ever. Like I've been places I never thought. Went to Portugal and
Nice.
DJ the festival,
Beautiful
DJ
place.
club. And we're in Portimao. It's on the beach, so the festival's on the beach,
Nice.
in the sand, waves crashing, and beautiful.
Almost like spring bling, right? Like
Yeah,
Daytona
pretty
Spring
much.
Bling.
Like that's dog. Like, all the girls are in bikinis, and like it's just beautiful. Toronto. I've been in Toronto a few times this year.
Nice.
First time going to the city. Beautiful. Love it up there. LA, Texas, Philly, New York, like
Right.
To my merchandise, by the way, we have our merchandise out. Respect the DJ Podcast hoodies. Hit me up
T-shirts.
on my DM. Hit up my email. Find me in the streets. I got them in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to our sponsors, P1 Vodka.
True.
Lou, I need some more vodka. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. And we can't forget True Leaf, the easy way to smoke.
Yes.
We open up the envelope and the leaf's already there for you.
Damn.
No more cleaning, no more messy.
that's easy.
It's some good shit.
Yo. All right, let's say you had to drive from Miami to New Jersey, right?
Okay.
You get 10 albums. That's all you could fit in your CD
Okay.
deck, right? The changer
Okay.
in the trunk, because you ain't getting out. You got to go to the trunk
Yeah.
and swap them out.
I had that. I know exactly what it is. Hey, it's what
You
we're
know what I
going
mean?
through.
The cartridge, right? What 10 albums would you put in your CD deck?
36 Chambers, Illmatic. Returning 36 Chambers, Old Dirty.
Okay. That's 3.
You still in Miami, I think.
Yeah, you still in traffic.
I'm passing. I'm almost to Orlando, right? Man.
You about Fort Lauderdale right now.
I know, right?
It could be anything. It gotta
I'm
be
trying
hip
to
hop.
think of the I'm
Any
trying
category.
to think of all the Chicago. I can't remember the name of the project.
Okay.
Thriller.
Of course. That's 5. Got 5 more.
Returning Forever. I can't remember the album name, so I'm like tripping on it.
Remember the artist?
Yeah, Returning Forever, Chick
Okay.
Corea, like favorite projects. Listen to a lot of metal, so it'd be like Lamb of God, E-Town Concrete, Canberra. It's not like 8, 9.
Yeah. Now you on the roll.
Yeah. Then I was into my my guy Gashy's project 1984 on the way here, and that's my vibe. It's like
Right.
80s, like nowadays 80s music, bro. It's beautiful.
Dope.
I think that
That'll do it. That rounds off your 10. Is there a genre?
Was that Ted?
That was he was
I thought it was Virginia. I thought it was Virginia.
He started catching a little 5 days going. Is there a genre of music that people wouldn't think that you listen to, besides metal?
I mean, I listen to a lot of jazz, classical. I went to school when I first graduated high school. I went to school for music, and traditional music classes, they teach you through either classical music or jazz music.
Right.
So classical being the structure, jazz breaking the structure.
Okay.
And not breaking all the rules. So I was lucky enough in my college. I went to a community college that the main professor, was a working trumpet player that was amazing in Philly. And Philly's such a cultural jazz city.
Yeah.
So I got introduced to going to jazz bars and clubs. You know, that's part of my curriculum. Yo, you need to go to a jazz bar, find one in Philly, and go over there.
Right.
Tons of. So I'm walking in, smoke filled, drinking, and there's just musicians going in and out, jumping in, jamming out. And then now you gotta go to a classical. So now you gotta go see the Philadelphia Harmonic.
Yeah.
And I'm a student, so the tickets are super cheap.
Right.
And I'm going to go see that, which was amazing. And these are beautiful halls. So got introduced to that music through school. And I was a drummer too, so I'm playing in the jazz band. So learning all the new music to me, Coltrane, Miles Davis, was amazing.
Dope.
Yeah. So when you finish a club or a festival, and you ride home, are you listening to any music?
It depends what vibe I'm in. Most of the time, no.
Dead silence.
Nah, I listen to like a podcast. Tell you the
Okay.
truth. Yeah, like
Well, now you listen to our podcast.
yeah, and then
Right.
or I'm listening to something mellow, like I'll like especially
when,
from my
when that mellow, you can see that.
Yeah.
When that mellow, but
no, but I'll throw on like some playlists of just like lo-fi or chill, just the
Decompress.
vibe. Yeah.
Right.
Something not too heavy, some light house music or something
Right,
like
right.
that.
I don't listen
Yeah, I'm
to
not
none.
listening to what I played in the club.
Yeah, no,
that's
you
for
don't
sure.
want to hear that. You definitely want to be hearing that when you're trying to chill out.
so correct. We have a question here. I want to change it up.
What's up?
It's usually it's called best hip hop movie.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But the two movies, there's not really a lot of hip hop movies. So hip hop movies would be like a Beat Street or Wild Style,
Okay.
right? People usually say like New Jack City, stuff like that, but that's not
New Jersey
hip-hop.
Drive.
Jersey Drive. They're not
Juice.
hip hop movies. Those are hip hop soundtracks.
Well, Juice is
Yeah.
a hip hop.
I mean,
No, it's
there's
not.
hip hop artists.
It's not. It's not really a hip hop movie.
Why not? I got the DJ battle.
That's all. That's the only culture it really has.
You just local.
So I think we should change the question to Wild Style
All right.
or Beat Street.
Really?
I mean, think about
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. What you
Juice is not a hip hop movie.
I don't know.
I mean,
Hip hop elements.
There's
definitely hip-hop
one element.
Tupac had on 40 below Tim's.
Get out of here. That's not the element. That is not the element.
Well, you're talking about the 5 elements of hip hop. That's different.
At least 3
I
elements.
mean, but there's like Queen Latifah's in it, right?
right, but those are actors.
Yeah.
Okay, what June's talking about,
I'm saying,
he's
think
talking
about
about
it.
Wild Style.
Somebody put me
Like
on
that's a
It has graffiti, breakdancing,
music, the hip hop music,
and hip hop and
That-
MCing.
and MCing.
You know what I mean? He's talking about the elements of hip hop.
Even Crush Groove is not a hip hop movie. It's about a hip hop
Dancing.
label.
yeah.
It's about it.
It's about hip hop label where hip hop artists acting. See, I'm making you think
Wait,
right
what's
now.
the definition of
Yeah,
a?
but
So
still-
explain the actual definition of a hip hop.
We still don't know the definition. No, no.
No, a definite hip hop movie is something that teaches about the culture.
Has elements of hip hop. What
So
Africa Bambaataa created as the elements of
So that's
of
more
hip-hop.
of like a documentary.
No,
No.
Oh.
No, we're
So
talking
he's
about
saying
movie.
it's part. You seen B Street?
Yeah.
Okay,
I see it every year.
B Street. has,
That's my Christmas movie.
right. B Street, and it's not a Christmas movie.
It's not, but it was filmed during Christmas time.
We can start that debate, right?
It
That's
was
like-
filmed at Christmas time.
It was filmed at Christmas time. But I said too, Die Hard's a Christmas movie, but we
Yeah.
Yeah, we said
Die
that.
Hard is a Christmas movie.
All right, so anyways,
Die Hard. Yeah.
yeah, this is a
Hey,
good movie.
but go back to the hip hop
Right.
movie.
So he's saying it has to have breakdancing, graffiti.
At least 3 elements
Yeah.
of the 5.
Right.
Okay.
And we're not talking about actors, rappers who are actors. We're not talking about that.
This is a great debate right
It
here.
is a great debate.
I don't know.
Somebody put me on it, so I'm putting everybody
Okay,
else on
okay.
now.
I don't know, man.
Because I asked this question offline.
Yeah.
They're like, that's not a hip hop movie. And I said the same thing he said. Well,
So I mean, that's like saying
Treacher's
like
in it.
State Property is a
Tupac's
hip hop movie, but
Right.
that has
it's
nothing
not.
to do with it.
Paying Full is not a hip hop movie.
Yeah. We're talking about Rich
that-
Porter.
That's not a hip hop movie.
Rest in peace, Rich
That's the
Porter.
crack.
That was hip hop though.
I mean,
So you said
You know what I mean? Because while you was
It's
hustling,
not-
you was rocking.
it's not a hip hop movie,
You was
though.
listening to Eric B. and Rakim.
But it's still not a hip hop movie.
There's no hip hop movies. Just those two.
No, that's what I said. We might have to change the question now
Nah, I feel like
to Wild Style and Big Street.
I think those are still hip. New Jersey Drive.
They're not hip hop movies.
It's a
You
culture,
robbing
man.
cars.
the,
So you say robbing cars, smoking crack is hip hop? New Jack City, that's hip hop too?
High School High.
Am I my brother's keeper?
High School
High.
High. DJing, graffiti,
Yes, they did.
they had fashion.
That part of it. Had two. See? We got a new question now.
Hey, that's a great
You know what I'm
debate.
saying? It's a great
High
debate.
School High. I mean, there's always the show that is a
That's a
hip-hop
documentary, though. So, you did watch Beat Street before, right? You said?
Yeah,
Ever watch Wild Style?
not sure about Wild.
It was the first hip hop movie ever filmed.
Yeah, not
I
just,
don't think I watched Wild Stuff.
if you wanted to learn more of the culture, has the breaking,
Right.
graffiti, it has the battle in the play. You seen that video that's out right now?
With the
battle,
Cold Crush?
The Cold Crush with the premiere beats.
Yes.
That
Yes.
shit is dope.
Yeah. You should watch that if you get a chance.
Yeah.
If you want to learn about. And if
Nah.
you want to learn about
About the-
graffiti and things like that, watch Style Wars.
Okay.
Style Wars.
It's just
film-
graffiti.
It's just graffiti.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And K Slade was in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it was,
dope.
and it was filmed in the
Okay.
set. It was filmed in the
Slade.
70s.
Yep.
That's
You know what I
fire.
mean? Who else? There was a bunch of people that were in Star Wars that are the guy Maze. He made the Mare. I'm sorry, Mare. Mare. He's the one that created the BET the award, the star. So Mare was in Star Wars, and he's the one that sculptured that star for the BET awards.
That's dope.
So yeah,
That's I
I'm not
love,
just on your podcast.
we know our history.
No, but I
We know our
love when
history.
you have like these aspects
Right.
of certain things
Right.
and they are culturally
Right.
appropriate. Like the
Right.
right people.
We're part right, exactly. He was day one in the 70s. You know what I mean? He was in Star Wars, and you know he came up, and a lot of those graffiti artists, from Lady Pink to Lee to all the artists, graffiti artists that were in Star Wars are now successful artists. You know, have shows, which is I think is
dope.
great. You know what I mean?
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Hip hop culture is beautiful, man.
yeah, it is, man.
It gives a lot of jobs out there.
Love it.
Yes. Yes. It definitely does.
Wouldn't change anything of it. You know what I mean? So plug in your social media. Tell people how they can get in contact with you. And
Hey, it's DJ Five Venoms, DJ FIVEVENOMS. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is DJ Five Venoms 1. TikTok's DJ Five Venoms. Hit me up IG, DM, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube.
And to book you?
Book me DJ5Venoms at gmail.com. It's the hit
Easiest
me up.
way.
Yeah. I get a lot of bookings from DMs. You'd be surprised. Like,
it's going down.
yeah,
in
they'd
the
be
DMs.
like, I'd be like, some dude hit me, be like, yo, so I got to Toronto. It's where,
Right.
you know what I mean?
A lot of groupie too
Yeah,
in DMs,
I
right?
answer those.
Which ones? Oh yeah, you better
Those going red.
They go to red. Unread.
blocked.
Unread.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, like hit me in the DMs too. I get booked on DMs.
Yeah, however, yeah.
You hit the phone.
Right.
You know, I'm definitely down.
Any final words to our listeners and viewers?
Nah, man, just stay positive. You know, have a good time. It's life. You only live it once, man. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you
It's
here.
amazing.
We're glad that you did your busy schedule to the time throughout the holidays and came to see us.
absolutely.
Nah, definitely, man. Appreciate the invite. It's definitely my pleasure, for sure.
Dope. So we definitely thank you, for coming out. Like June said, spending some time with us. something you didn't have to do, so you're paying it forward, and we definitely thank you and appreciate that. So many thanks to you, our loyal listeners and viewers. And as always, we have another exciting episode coming up. Stay tuned, and until then,
I'm your host, DJ Junebug, alongside DJ Khaled.
Yes, sir.
And we are out. Peace.
Street Dreams Music Group. Play that. Play that. Play that.
DJ Q45. Everyone knows Q45 from hosting the legendary BET Rap City for 3 great years. But Q45 started at the bottom by carrying crates for DJs in Jacksonville, Florida. Nowadays, Q45 is known as a triple threat: DJ, radio host, and TV host. DJ Q45 has been putting in work for a long time. DJ Q45, Respect the DJs podcast, salutes you.